Why does this version of the game exist exactly? We're 2 years into the current gen consoles, but they still keep making games for the old gen systems that are a decade old. I mean, last year it was completely viable to use the last gen systems, because every single game was ported to it, with very few exceptions. They were downgraded, obviously, but at least it felt like they put some effort into them, unlike with this game. Black Ops 3 and the last gen systems is only about 2/3 of the original PC and current gen versions of the game, only having multiplayer and zombies. Basically what I'm gonna do is list off all the differences between the two versions and give my opinion on why this is a low effort port. And I'm mostly talking about the multiplayer. To be positive first, all the game mechanics like jetpack and sliding, as well as all their weapons, maps, modes and specialists are all here. Even free mode made the conversion. The load times are surprisingly quick, even without installing the game. And that's about all the positive things I can say about this. To put it lightly, the graphics are bland. Environments are mostly brown, interiors don't have detail and barely have any lighting. In some places it really does look like a retitle, or at least worse than Advanced Warfare. Some weapon reloads are hilariously awful. Hands clipping through the magazine and gun. The Razorback is apparently shooting with air, since there's no magazine. And the XR2 barely has any weapon animations. Also really like how when you walk it looks like you're ice skiing. The kill cams are completely broken. It almost looks like he never hits you, but he kills you anyway. The Spectre's cloak is also completely overpowered, because you can absolutely not see him. Not even up close. They've removed the emblem editor. Not even pre-made emblems are available. The only thing that's left are the title cards. Which is at least something, I guess. Then there's the people abusing glitches. And the servers. Oh god, the servers. The amount of time I've got lost connection to host, migrating host, server disconnected and or connection interrupted would make Battlefield 4 look stable. But the nail that seals the coffin is that the game doesn't run at a constant 60 FPS. For a Call of Duty game that is completely unacceptable. All main series Call of Duty games have been 60 FPS. Okay, in some places it does kind of get to the 60 FPS, but it mostly hangs around at the 30 and 40 point. As for the zombie mode, well, I've only played like 2 matches alone. Because of the horrible servers mentioned earlier, I couldn't find a single match. But as far as I can see, it's exactly the same thing as the current gen version. Apart from the worse frame rate and graphics. But it is an acceptable version of it. If I had to give this game a score, it would be a 4 out of 10. All the game mechanics are technically here, and the zombie mode is still kind of fun. But with lousy graphics, bad animation, swinging frame rate and horrible servers, makes this game a no-go. Granted, I had much more fun with this than with Ghost or Black Ops Declassified, but that's not saying much. Unless you're only there for the zombie mode, stay away from this.